Entitled and corrupt politicians are everywhere, but what happens when these same politicians actually get arrested?
I don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you.
Here are 3 examples of politicians who got handed a piece of justice pie, starting with Martin Hyde, an election candidate whose actions were so shocking it cost him his career.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, sir? I'm Sebastian, Sarasota Police Department. You're on audio and video recording. The reason for the stop, you were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that. That was at Euclid and Fruitville.
You don't need to point at me, officer.
I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing in the direction where it was.
I just called the chief, how's that?
Go right ahead, sir. Can I see
You
your
know who
license?
I am, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
In case you don't know who this is, meet Martin Hyde. When this traffic stop occurred, he was a candidate in the congressional election for Florida's 16th district. He was trying to become the head politician for his area. However, it seems like this has made him feel as though he's above the law, but this cop is about to show him just how wrong he is.
Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please?
You can do this?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Officer Baskin, it's going to be on the citation. Sir, can I have
How
your
long have you been
paperwork?
this?
7 years, sir. Can I see your registration, please?
Martin's demeanor already feels threatening. He looks almost as though he's suppressing his anger, and like he thinks this is an unfair situation. But being a politician makes you no more clear of the law than a regular citizen. In fact, it should be the exact opposite. But instead of realizing that, he decides to start threatening the officer even more.
You're not going to give me your registration, sir.
You can arrest me?
I'm asking you if you're going to produce me with your registration.
I have it.
You don't have it on you?
Look, go call the chief of the Tell him how rude you've just been to me. Play with this video. I'm telling you what to do.
Okay, sir. Are you refusing to produce your registration? I'm asking you if you have your registration.
You're making career decisions.
Okay,
Why are
sir.
you doing this?
Sir, because you were speeding and you were texting.
Says what? Where's your video?
All right. Hang tight.
Call the supervisor. I just spoke to your boss.
Okay.
That's not okay.
You want your paperwork?
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you talk to people like this?
14 dispatch, can you have my supervisor respond, please?
Yeah. And then we'll see who goes.
First off, Martin tries to force the officer to comply with his demands, threatening her by saying not following his orders is a career decision. This implies that should she not release him, he'll use his connections to get her fired. Secondly, it seems that while she was running his paperwork, Martin has done some of his own research on the officer, insulting her for being a Russian immigrant. This statement is of course offensive, but you have to wonder what his motive for making it was. Did he want to seem xenophobic on camera, or was he trying to threaten her by claiming he knows everything about her? Either way, he certainly doesn't feel like stopping yet.
You don't want your paperwork?
6142 Kennedy 51 Great Bell
You
Street.
don't have a warrant.
Sir, you're going to be
I'm
issued a
not interested in
citation.
Anything you have to say. I'll wait for the supervisor.
You can wait for the supervisor, but I'm going to go through what I need to go through.
No, I'm not interested.
All right, you are going to be issued a
There's
citation.
the registration.
Well, you've been already issued a citation for that.
For what?
For failing to produce your registration.
Right.
All right. Sir,
you
you're
look
going to...
stupid. You know what he said about you? You want to hear what he said about you?
He could say all he wants about me. I got a job to do, sir.
You know what he said about
Okay.
you?
If you
He said
fail
he's
to
had you
complete...
before like this,
Okay.
and he's going to have you again.
And that's fine.
It's not fine. Why do you keep saying it's fine?
Sir,
I'm a law-abiding citizen, and you're being bloody rude to me.
if you decide to go ahead and do the course, just make sure you do a prior to submission of payment, as they do
You think you're winning?
require a certificate of
Do you?
completion. If you sign up for it, you must complete it. Otherwise, they will go ahead and suspend your license.
The officer is handling this perfectly, and it's clearly making Martin angry. He's trying to scare her off by repeating all the things her supervisor said, being extremely rude to her by telling her to shut up, and making amusing statements such as, "I'm a law-abiding citizen." In his world, it feels as though he isn't a citizen at all, because the laws seem to be completely different for him.
Are you still waiting for a supervisor, or are you leaving?
Rangioni's coming down.
Okay. Very good.
By the way, he's a friend of mine.
I'm sorry?
Friends of mine.
Okay.
After a few more minutes of this, a second unit arrives on the scene to witness Martin's entitled behavior continue.
So that's what
How do you
another
give
unit.
someone a ticket for no registration when they've got their registration? She's trying to make her Spurs, but it's a big mistake. we're going to make sure that she pays the price for being disrespectful. And I just wanted you to witness it, know that the registration was right there, and she deliberately chose to write the ticket. She came up, she said the first... Look, there's a video of it, so be quiet. There's a video of what you said.
There is.
And I've got a video of what you said. I've lived here for 25 years. I've represented your union. I've got no interest in listening to you, young lady. This is the first time anybody has been disrespectful to me. It's the manner and the nature of it. Outrageous. Yeah. Why would you do that? Why?
Eventually, the officer's supervisor turns up to have a conversation with Martin. Pretty much nothing new is said, but Martin was told that the body cam footage will be reviewed, and if there's anything wrong with it, he'll be the first to know. It's also important to mention that even though Martin's shameful behavior was evident throughout the entire event, and that the female officer was in the right the entire time, none of her colleagues stuck up for her, with her supervisor even seeming angry at her.
Stay in your car.
I just want to know if you want me to go back to the station.
You can go to the station. Yep, go to the station.
In the end, the footage was reviewed, and it was concluded that the female officer did nothing wrong. The footage was also made public quickly after the event, forcing a public apology from Martin and resulting in his devastating loss in the election. He was also issued citations for failure to produce registration, texting while driving, and speeding. But Councilman Matthew Rileys took this to another level, when he was caught with a pipe in his hands, completely passed out.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, not at all.
Oh, no way, dude. Really?
Yes, yes. I was on my way back from court.
Bro. Well, arrest is going to come check you out, man. I can't let you go. You were literally choking in your sleep.
The officer was shocked because Matthew's ID told him he was actually a chairman of the city's Republican Party, and therefore a pretty influential person.
Wait, sorry.
But listen, I have a body camera. Obviously, everything I have is recorded. You know that. And what I've observed is on camera, so I can't pretend I didn't. You know, so arrest is going to come here, and they're going to check you out. You know, as far as I know, there's no anywhere, so I can't, you know, so there's not a criminal investigation. There's more a health or well-being check type thing.
Thank you.
The conversation is pretty calm on both ends, but Matthew is clearly worried about what effects this could have on his life and career. They then start to discuss the specifics of the situation, and the officer learns exactly how he got into this position.
How long have you had this problem, man?
It was a relapse. I've been clean for 13 years.
All right.
Just went through a really, really bad divorce recently.
Okay. Do you know if any of that was laced with fentanyl or anything? Because you were out, and like looked like you were choking.
Really?
Yeah. That's why somebody literally sprinted and flagged me down because they thought you were having a heart attack or choking.
No, not that I know of.
Despite everything, the officer still has to treat this seriously, and therefore calls another unit over to search the vehicle. Inside, they find a suspicious substance and decide to test it.
Be careful, because he was on the nod, or like, it seemed like anyways. It's mixed with something else, but... Do you need this knife?
Yeah, let me use that.
Be careful with that stuff. I don't know if that's fentanyl laced or not. There's white all over there. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I was just telling him the same thing, because, I mean, you don't fall asleep usually from completely, you know, it's not an opiate usually.
Well, right away. Oh,
Yeah.
pop for crack. I can test it for fentanyl too.
Test it for both, just to make sure that I don't know what we're dealing with.
Can you just snap a picture of that?
Especially
The powder was tested again later and came back positive as fentanyl too. As implied by Matthew himself, most people who consume fentanyl this way have no idea they're doing it, as distributors often dangerously lace the original drug with it to make it seem better or stronger. Obviously, this isn't a great look for Matthew, and he was promptly placed under arrest after a medical check.
Yeah, I know, it's not like I have an option here, man. Sorry.
No, you got anything on you? Listen, this is a terrible situation. We're all in a tough spot, but we gotta do what we gotta do right by the numbers. It'll help you in the end. Believe me when I tell you. And you'll say to us a month from now, good best thing that ever happened to me. That's what they all tell us.
A nice sentiment from the cop, but that's not exactly the way it went. Matthew was rightly only hit with a single charge of drug possession, but he was pressured into giving up his position as chairman. Most shockingly of all, though, just a month later, Matthew was arrested again, this time for an array of allegations with a 12-year-old. But at least Matthew remained calm and polite with officers in his stop, a complete contrast to how Police Chief Jonathan Hemphill behaved when he was pulled over for having too dark of a tint on his windows.
Say hello, was that illegal?
No, sir. The reason why we're stopping you is because of the window tint violation.
I blinked my blue lights at you to let you know who I was.
Yes, sir. Well, we didn't know with it, that's not a government tag.
That is a unofficial tag. That tag's not even on file.
I see. Yes. Well, we have to catch up the bill to run it and everything like that, sir. So
I won't blink my blue lights at you next time. I'll let you just sit there. I was just speaking. I'm the police chief in Zebra.
Well, nice to meet you, sir.
Matt Polk worked for me. Your chief worked for me.
Yes, sir. There's no need to get upset.
I'm upset because I spoke to you when I come by, and now you're pulling me over.
Sir, I've never met you a day in my life.
I understand that.
Why are you being hostile?
Easy. I don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
Easy. I'm not talking to you.
Why are you being hostile right now?
The officers are immediately met with aggression despite this being a pretty minor stop. After they realized it was a fellow officer, the chief would likely have been able to explain away the window tint and let them know that it was an official police vehicle with clearance. But Jonathan's aggression throws all of that out the window while making the officers believe that something maybe isn't right here.
Yeah. What?
She's about bringing your driver's license back up.
That's fine.
Yeah. First, when we ran the tag, it came back to like a Dodge Ram, so we're just confirming it's not. Yes, sir.
It's a ghost tag.
Yes, sir. We're making sure. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just.
You must have run it wrong. You must have run it wrong because you wouldn't come back to a Dodge Ram.
We were confirmed it. They let us know and everything.
So it's still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
Sir, can I ask why you're so upset?
Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
No, we got it fixed. Why are you so upset?
No, you didn't fix it. Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram right now?
No, it came back 9 on 5.
That's right, because you run it wrong.
Sir, I'm trying to be respectful with you.
I understand that. I understand
I'm not raising my voice or nothing at you, right?
I understand
that. All right, let's.
But I'm trying to tell you, the only thing I done wrong was y'all never would have pulled me over if I hadn't flicked my blue lights.
No, sir. No, we were going to pull you actually. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm telling you straight up, okay?
Okay. All right.
But like I said, there's people out here impersonating police officer with blue lights.
Or she threw my license if she is getting for me.
She'll bring it to you, sir.
Okay, well that's fine.
I'm just trying to talk with you.
I don't want to talk anymore about it.
All righty.
That's unprofessional.
It's very unprofessional.
Again, this stop was incredibly minor, and all the officers really wanted to do was check that this was in fact a police officer and not just an impersonator. But unfortunately for Jonathan, he escalated this to a completely unnecessary and unprofessional level, and received heavy criticism for it. After a short investigation, it was decided that Jonathan would receive an oral reprimand, and he would be required to attend at least 6 months of anger management and de-escalation classes. If you enjoy true crime videos like this, make sure you're subscribed to see more.